y'all, good morning. It is a beautiful summer morning out here. I guess it's still spring technically. I am Asia, the fumbling farmer. Just trying to figure it out. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're back again, hey y'all. Alright, we're gonna just do a garden tour today and hopefully there's no surprises, but you never know. Let's start off with something. Alright, I just wanted to show y'all early in the morning. The morning glories all are blooming on top of her little trellis. That's Nyla's trellis. And then my clematis were all blooming up there too. They're not as gorgeous now, but they're up there blooming away. Okay. There's Nyla's little garden because I'm not going to go around to that section. Those zinnias in the front. And then Anissa's garden over here. The black-eyed Susan had started growing. That's lamb's ear in the front, and there's some other like balloon flowers and stuff like that in there, and liatris is the tall stuff growing up there in the back. All right, then my lychee tree in a pot right here. I have to water the ornamental sweet potato thingies. That's ginger and a random eggplant. Okay, let's keep going. This is what was in my classroom, and I have to bring it home for the summer. Lemon tree's doing okay. All right, let's go on down. I gotta water that thing. I got extra tomato plants that I gotta find a home for. Okay, let's go down here. Don't mind the kiddie pool. There was a turtle in it. Okay, so here's the tomatoes. I'll give you a whole kind of overall view and then we'll go in closer. My marigolds, I love this marigold. It's so pretty and making these big old yellow flowers. And then I have another type of marigold back here, and then two basil plants back there, and just all down the middle is marigolds and basil. So I made a big old batch of pesto the other day. It was delicious. And this is Thai basil right here. It smells so good. All right, let's start with the back row. These are the Sunray tomatoes. So just a little cherry tomato there. These are Black Krim. And this did the crazy thing where like the stem of the plant had like 3 different things growing. So now this is all like crazy and bushy up here. But there's flowers everywhere. So I'm gonna let it be and try to breathe through it. All right, this is Cherokee Purple. And there's some growing here. They haven't gotten the purple part yet, so hopefully that happens. As I'm going, I'm trying to keep an eye out also for like caterpillar poop and caterpillars, because I found 2 huge hornworms over in the other part of the garden. So this right here is another Brad's Atomic Grape. Here's a small one. I'm going to show you the bigger ones on the other side. They're really cool with their stripiness. And this one right here is an indigo blue cherry. It's got a couple going on here. And then more flowers at the top. All right, since I'm here, look at all my cucumbers, y'all. Look at that. They're there. There's another one there. Where are we going next? And then this one has a lot. One down there, one there, one there. So this is cucumbering along. I do have to come out and pick these. I'm going to pick these today because they're getting kind of big. These are supposed to just be pickling cucumbers, and so they got a little bit bigger than I wanted them to get actually. But I think they should still be okay. So I'm going to come out and pick them today. All right, and then my peppers over here. Where is it? This pepper was the first one to grow, so it's big, but this plant also has tons of other peppers on it, and the ones all just going down all have peppers forming. So that is very nice to see. There's a pepper there, and some more down underneath there. All right, let's keep going down. Those are all my Craig's Grande jalapenos. These are Big Jim chilies. They don't have, I don't think, any peppers yet, but they're flowering along, so we'll see. These are my Cubanelles, which do have some peppers forming here at the bottom. Something's back eating them again. I think I need to come out with the Sluggo again for at least this one. And this is my daytail peppers. I got these as free seeds. They're supposed to be super duper hot and spicy. And they're still growing up. They're still growing. So they haven't really made flowers or anything. They kind of got off to a slow start. All right, so that's the peppers. Let's go look at the side garden. All right, so I put some tomatoes in here just because I had some extra plants. I'm still trying to get going with these freaking cucamelons, but look at them. They all got something growing on them. I don't know what this is. Oh dear. All right, there's more tomatoes here. More tomatoes here. So if anything, if the cucamelons don't take off this time around, I'm going to try again next year. I think maybe I'll try starting indoors and just plant like the extra tomatoes I have over here. I had extra peppers, so I just threw them in here. I think these are more jalapenos. They look like they need some fertilizer because they're very, very pale. All right, and then I have watermelon growing here and some more peppers. These are more daytail peppers. Something's chomping. It's like a very hungry caterpillar, but it's making the leaves black too. That's weird. All right, something's tearing my peach tree up, but I can never catch what it is. All those leaves torn up. But my cosmos look really pretty when we fly. When we drive by that side of the house. So I got some passion fruit plants, but I think it was very hot summer when I don't know if it's hot summer. I don't know what the deal is, but they're not really doing too much. They don't look like. Maybe this is some new growth here. Maybe that's new growth coming in at the end there. I don't know. I just keep watering them and see what happens. I know when I got this clematis, it was teeny tiny the first year, and then it took off the second year. So maybe if I can get my passion fruit to survive a year, then it'll be better. All right, let's walk over. Look at this, y'all. Okay, so first my echinacea is blooming. It kind of fell over. I forgot to tie it up early enough, and it's fallen over, but it's still pretty and giving that nice little pop of color. My hydrangeas over there doing their thing too. And then look, this dahlia bloomed the other day. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how pretty that is. When the sun shines on it, it's all like purpley reddish, beautiful looking. So yay. Okay, what else? The sunflowers are still growing up. It looks like they're putting a little, these are dwarf sunflowers. It looks like they're putting little buds on in the middle there. All right, let's go back to the backyard, and I'll show you the other tomatoes in the front, because the tomatoes in the front are more exciting. These tomatoes in the back, don't tell them I said that. The tomatoes in the back are trying their best. All right, here we go. Oh, and my cucumbers, by the way, are also all the way up there, which my tomatoes also are as well. All right, so these are the Sun Gold tomatoes, which are not the Sun Ray. Look how they're just like plop, 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 like little soldiers in a row there. Boop, 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 boop. But look at that. That's so stinking cute. I love how this type of tomato grows that way. And then it goes like, there's several bunches like that. There's this bunch here, and then this bunch here, and then this bunch here, and then there's another bunch way up top, and it has reached to the top of my trellis. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. So we'll see. Okay, and then if we keep on going, hold on, there's some bugs doing some stuff on my plants, and I'm just gonna squash that real quick. Y'all don't need to see it, but I'm telling you, that's why we paused. All right, the next tomatoes I have are my Black Beauty tomatoes. So here it is. Look at that, isn't that fun? And then they have some more Black Beauties back here that don't have quite as dark tops, but maybe they're getting there. All right, and then here's the Brad Atomic Grape tomatoes. Look at those. They're so cute the way they come through, all stripy and like that. I think the bottom are supposed to turn red, so it'll be all stripy, that black and red color. So I just thought that was so cool looking. All right, let's keep going. These are my Apricot Zebra. These are supposed to be like a kind of orange and yellow stripe. I guess that's where apricot zebra comes from. This is Alice's Dream. It's so interesting because it's like such a flat tomato, but that's there. And then these are the sorrow lays. These are supposed to be purple on the top and yellow at the bottom. So now all my tomatoes, y'all, I'm noticing, and I've heard several other people talking about this too, when the new leaves come in, they're all like curled like this. Like, look at this plant. All of the new leaves are curled like that. This one is like that. This one right next to it, a little bit, but not as much. This one does have some of the curly leaves, especially towards the top. This one definitely has curly leaves. So like, I've seen a lot of people posting about what's going on with my tomato plants and having the curly leaves like that. And they eventually like kind of straighten out, and then the fruit forms and it looks fine. So I don't know what's going on with tomatoes this year. Last year was Peppergate. This year is everyone got curly tomato leaves. So I don't know. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, over here we have my chamomile flowers, and this is supposed to be an artichoke, but I don't know. We'll just keep on going. This was supposed to be dill. It's definitely not dill. I don't know what it is though. They look like chrysanthemums a little bit, huh? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, this was some random jalapenos I had that I put in a pot, and it's got a little something on it there. All right, that's my feverfew. I do have to water. This guy gets so sensitive to not being watered. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay, where do we want to go next? Okay, I guess here. This is corn, and then this back here is a squash. It's a patty pan squash, and you can see there is one little squash going there. Yay! All right, this here is all the corn. This is my eggplant, Black Beauty eggplant. I think this is gonna end up being an eggplant. It's finished blooming and it hasn't fallen off yet. There's a new flower there. Let me see my marigolds, how we're doing. Marigolds are really cool because they catch all the bugs that want to eat your plants. They go to the marigolds, so I just check for it. Are they being eaten? And then I look for the culprit and suck it up into my bug vacuum. So I've caught a lot of Japanese beetles on my marigolds and not on my other plants. All right, here's another Black Beauty. I think that might be ready to form an eggplant. Here's another one with the pretty purple flowers. So that one's doing its thing. Ooh, the bees are partying in there partying. All right, so look at them. I don't think I could get it. There's one hanging out in there now. Another joined the party. All right, I'm gonna leave that in there. Okay, so these squash didn't get pollinated. I had like a period of time where I had a whole bunch of female flowers and not a single male flower. So that's that, but I do think this one up here got pollinated. Ooh, I see some squash seeds, squash bug seeds. Can you see them right there? Those are really high up, but I'm gonna have to deal with it. I also see a Japanese beetle right there, so definitely have to come out and do some bug patrolling. There's some more marigolds in this bed too that are looking beautiful and luscious. Nice little pops of color. This guy, I think it's ready to harvest too. You know, little squash action going on there. So I think I'm gonna harvest this one, and then I'm gonna trellis up this thing. Speaking of trellising, I had to come build like a makeshift trellis because like those plants, I just was not expecting them to vine like that. When I got them, all they said was summer squash, and like for me, a lot of the summer squash that I know go close to the ground, so I wasn't expecting them to grow like that. And so it had gotten to the top of the trellis I had made originally to grow up them, or the pole I had made. And so I went and put some wood pieces in a triangle, and then yeah, so we'll see what happens. So right now they're growing along the wood pieces across the top, and I think what I'll either do is have them, maybe one of them go and grow on the top of that trellis and the other one just keep going around the triangle for as long as I could get it to keep going. All right, let's keep growing. Okay, this one got pollinated, so I think it's gonna do its thing. That one, I don't want to, the bees are really happy over there in that flower. I was gonna pick it and pollinate that with it, but I think I'm just gonna see if they will do it for me. So I already have at least 2 of these squashes growing, and so we'll see if the bees can do their job. All right, so this is getting a little crazy in here with the marigolds. So there's marigolds. There is one little squash that got eaten down, and I just left it there, and it's coming back a little bit. This is some more Thai basil. What else do we have here? I have some more regular basil I just planted in there. Sweet basil, I guess, sweet basil. And there's leeks, and there's more flowers over there, but those are just male flowers. But the bees are having a good old time, so I'm happy about that. And there's my corn from another view. That was the earlier bed of corn that I planted. All right, over here, I left these Brussels sprouts in because they were kind of Brussels sprouting. So we'll see what happens with them. It's not really the right season. They don't really like heat. This is some eggplants, another eggplant that's getting eaten up, and there's another eggplant back there. A random squash that was kind of a volunteer squash, but don't look too happy. And these were the peppers that were in the pots for weeks because I didn't have any place for them, and so I planted them now, and we'll see if they can bounce back. Sometimes if they're in the pot too long, it's not good. And then I have garlic there. I think my garlic's getting ready to be ready. Getting ready to be ready. All right, I have chives and thyme in that pot, some more feverfew there, and this was my second bed of corn that I planted. And this bed, the first time I planted it didn't come through as really old seeds. So then I replanted it, and now it's grown again. So that's why it's a little bit behind the other bed, but I'm okay with that actually. Now the thing I'm not okay with is I keep trying to plant some bush beans in between, and because I do want some green beans this year, and they're just not coming up. I don't understand. I'm gonna dig them up. I'm gonna dig them up and find out. Okay, anyway, my sage is flowering. A pretty sweet purple flower. Okay, and then here I have some runner beans, and they go up, up, and up, and then look at these pretty bright red flowers. Isn't that sweet? And they just keep on going up over the trellis. And then over here I have what do you call these? Potatoes, those things. Here I have potatoes. This is where I found like a really huge tomato hornworm. Here, I'm going to put a picture on the screen for you. You can see my daughter's finger is there, as kind of, she is 7. So that's how big it is compared to a 7-year-old's hand, right? So I had noticed kind of like this eating away going on, and then when I looked around I found the hornworm. So I'm not seeing too many other spots of eating away, so hopefully we're okay with it. So we'll see. We will see. But I think my potatoes are looking pretty good. Y'all, I'm going to tell you because you know I'm impatient. So I went and I was like, well, these are looking kind of bad over here. So I said, well, let me pull up one little thing, right? Because what's this going to do? It ain't going to do nothing, right? So I said, oh, it's not looking great. Oh, ain't nothing on that one. Want, want. But I had gone and pulled up one of the little stems over there, and I got like one potato was like that big, but it was so pretty, y'all. It was like, these are German butterball potatoes, and it was all smooth and just this nice yellow color, and like tannish yellow, and just like a perfect round little ball. And so I brought it in to show my daughter, and I was like, look at my potato. And she's like, can we boil it? And I said, sure. So we went and got ourselves a pot and put one little potato inside our pot, and we boiled it up. And then we put some salt and pepper on and some butter on it, and she ate it and she said it was delicious. I had a little piece and it did taste really good. So hopefully, even though the plants are not looking too good, hopefully there's some more potatoes. Even if there's a bunch of those little small ones, we can cook them up as baby potatoes and be okay with it. All right, that's my blueberry plants. I gotta do something with them. I gotta figure out, I think maybe a fertilizer maybe, because look at, oh, something is eating the mess out of them. That's what it is. So I gotta figure out this baby's life. But also, like, the way those leaves look like that, I think that means they need some nutrients. So I gotta figure that out. I don't know if you are a good spider or a bad, like, something making webs on my plants. Okay, I figured that out. Okay, a whole bunch of figuring it out in the garden. That's the fumbling part. I just think these are so pretty, y'all. And they're supposed to make some long purple, or some purple beans. I just love how they look. Okay. My third potato bed, because I have one in that raised bed there, one in the bucket, and then I have a third potato bed there. Look at that little squash smiling at me. Hi, buddy. All right, so this is my third potato bed here. It looks like it's like huge, but it's actually just like 2 plants over there. Okay, I'm just gonna sneak past you, honey. Excuse me. Okay, here's some sage that I moved from the other bed, so some of it didn't make it. But this main part here seems to be doing okay. So I think this will probably be its recovery year, and if it can make it through the winter, it'll be fine next year. All right, these are garlic chives. This is my cilantro. I had been saving it, hoping to get coriander from it, but this is drying up and there's no seeds. So I'm wondering if I could just kind of pick it. The only reason I can't pick it right now is because I saw some swallowtail butterfly caterpillars on it. And if they're still chomping down, I don't want to pick it yet. Anyway, that's my pumpkin back there. It looks pretty happy. It took a while to get it going, but it's back there. All right. I think I have to, unfortunately, go retrace my steps because it's a little bit planty. All right. Here's another squash growing over here, yellow squash. These are my carrots. I had to replant the middle, so it's a little sparse, but each end is looking decent. These are my Kajari melons right here. What you got? What? I gotta come through. I didn't come through with the bug vacuum this morning, and it's showing these bugs just thinking they own this place. All right, so my Kajari melons are here, and then I have like a cantaloupe or something growing there, and another kind of, I guess this is a cantaloupe too, growing here. I haven't seen any things yet. Speaking of cantaloupe, y'all. Oh, hold on. Look at my borage. Is that so pretty? Little sweeties. Okay, speaking of cantaloupe, I had 3 plants here, right? Something just came and yanked it out. Whole plant gone. Gone. And this is my last baby, my last surviving baby. So that's that. All right, these are winter squash, allegedly, even though this looks very similar to the summer squash over there. These ones that say summer squash and winter squash are from my work garden at school, and the kids labeled it, so who knows what's going on. Anyway, so that's growing there. This is supposed to be a what are you? A spaghetti squash. All right, these tomatoes here had the hornworm on it too. So if you look, I was walking through and I saw like this eaten off branch, eaten off branch, eaten off branch, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a hornworm somewhere. And so when I looked more closely, I found another big fat one. So when you're looking around, you just have to look for those signs for the hornworms. Try to find them early before they've decimated your whole plant. And once you've seen little eaten off pieces, then you know you have a hornworm someplace and you need to find it before it eats everything. All right, let's keep going. Here we have Market More cucumbers. I got these planted a little later on too. So those are doing that. And then look at my Pippin's golden honey peppers back there. And I got more back there. So that's cool. And they just have the prettiest purple flowers. And they're coming along. These are supposed to be Keystone Giant resistant bell peppers. So they're starting to flower a little bit. They're doing all right. All right. And then this is supposed to be lemon cucumbers. I really do need to get out here with my bug vacuum because the bug's just making it out today because I can't do this one-handed. All right. These are my lemon cucumbers here. See, there's another sucker right there. But I don't want to mess with him because if I miss him, then he's just back. And y'all, my loofah, I don't think my loofah gonna make it. I think, y'all, I have a root problem because I have a big old, I think it's a maple tree, and I think it sends out these little tiny root thingies everywhere, and anywhere it can find dirt, it just goes there along the surface. And I think that's why this whole, one of the reasons why this whole garden is kind of a little bit stunted. I think I need to go do something about that, but I don't know what. I don't know. It just might be a bad spot for a garden, or I have to get one of those beds that don't have a bottom to it or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It just feels like this whole bed is kind of growing slowly, but maybe I'm just being impatient. Maybe I'm being impatient. It's still early in the season. Okay, so that's kind of that, an overview of all this craziness going on. And then what else do we have? Hold on. This is, I'm trying to make myself some like leaf mold stuff. So it's been sitting there for a year. It was filled all the way up to the top, and then I had a huge pile left over here, and then I raked up that pile, put it back in there, and it was filled up to the top again, and it's moved down. So now the rest of these leaves that are over here, I'm going to try to grab up and take them out. I mean, put them into this pile again. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Here's some more sunflowers I planted. So these are the dwarf sunflowers again. So that's cute. And then this is one of my favorite garden beds. I don't show it that much because it's just flowers, but I just love the layers of green in it. It just makes me happy. So there's like vinca vine up in here. What's going on with you, boo? Why you look like that? I don't know, I gotta come out here and trim you off because your leaves are doing weird things. And then we have this beautiful hosta here. Then there's mums growing back here. And then that really pretty leaf hosta there. There's some sedum in there. There's some dahlias over here. And then we have the calla lily that's gonna grow up nice and big in the back there. And so just overall, it's just a cute little garden, a little green garden moment. And at some point, like these are blooming right now. At some point the sedum will bloom and the mums will bloom, the calla lilies will bloom. So they'll all kind of bloom at some point in there and just be cute and pretty. All right, and then the last thing is, it's kind of past its prime right now, but these nasturtiums were blooming like crazy. And my snapdragons were blooming. Now that they're not blooming anymore, I'm gonna pop off the seed thing and just throw it back in there. But these were blooming like crazy. They're slugs. See that shiny stuff? That's slug action. These also have leaf miners in them. So that's what these are, little bugs that kind of get between the layers of the seeds, and they have leaf miners in it. But I figure these are far enough away from my other plants, so I'm just like, whatever. They're up here on the porch. And these are my little yellow cheerful snapdragons. So there's one day I came home and it was just such a cheerful coloring, all yellow and orange and green, and just really pretty. Oh, I think that's a lacewing butterfly. Hold on. Look at that. What is that? I don't know. Okay, anyway, focus, Asia. There's the overview of the craziness. I still do want to get these chopped down and try to give that bed a little bit more light. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed my garden tour. Thanks for coming around with me. I'm going to go water, no, catch bugs, water, and harvest. Okay, have a good day, y'all. Happy gardening.